Alright, hey Fish Fam, this is Nikachu, Merfolk Master, and we are going to be playing with the new spicy Tibalt's Trickery. We're going to screw people over. This is the new deck that in many forms is just completely gutting a huge chunk of Modern. If you either got to beat it or join it. There's no other in between. If you can't beat it, you basically have to scrap your deck until Tibalt's Trickery is banned. And yeah, if you want to see this thing in action, don't forget to like, share, comment, and subscribe to the channel. Sure, I'll thank my sponsors: ManaBase.com, Fusion Gaming Online, what's it called? Mana Traders. You know, coupon codes all there. Okay, this is great. Let's get into the action here. This combo is very simple. Now, there's a lot of different variations of this deck out there, like, what's it called? Like, Magic Aids has his version. This is the version that will very consistently get Emrakul in play. Something like 91% of the time. If there's 2 Emrakuls in this deck, it's 88%. You can get to 91% with 3 Emrakuls. We're running 3 today. If you go to 4 Emrakuls, now all of a sudden the win percentage goes down a little bit. This combo is very simple. You go Violent Outburst. You're going to cascade into Tibalt's Trickery. Tibalt's Trickery will then counter your Violent Outburst and then cast a spell from exile. It's going to be Emrakul. And you cast it from exile. So Emrakul has the trigger. You cast it, you get to take an extra turn. So basically by turn 3, you've got 15-15 in play that's going to have Annihilator 6, which means your opponent has to sacrifice 6 permanents when you attack. It's GG. It's GG versus almost all decks. If you're on the draw, you can win on turn 2 because of Gemstone Caverns. If you have it into your opening hand, you can put it on the battlefield by exiling a card from your hand. And then basically you can turn 2 people. So there's a lot of decks. If you cannot win by turn 3, you're just dead. You're just stone dead to this deck. So I really like this. I don't know what's the best build. This is my build. I'm not saying this is the best build. This is like a speed run build for the most part. I just want to get those games in, get them in going fast. I've gone 4-1. I've gone 1-4. Like it's really high variance. I can't say that like this is the best build of all time, but I've made some adaptations. I've changed some things. So what do we got here? So there's a lot of common sideboard cards, or even cards like Thalia, Guardian of Thraben, Damping Sphere, Deafening Silence. There's a lot of hate cards for this deck. They can all get wiped away by Blast Zone. So Blast Zone is like a way that we can beat through the sideboard cards, and we can even tutor for it now with Teleria West. Teleria West searches our deck for a 0-mana card. I'll get Blast Zone, then by turn 4, I can wipe away the cards that they have done. By the way, our opponents, they're going to mulligan for like... They're going to mulligan down to like 4-3 sometimes to find their sideboard cards. They're going to have no defense. They'll have nothing on the battlefield. I will have the time to play Blast Zone and crack it to get back into the game. Now, this deck used to be super weak to Hand Disruption. They play Inquisition of Kozilek or Thoughtseize. I'm dead. Not anymore because I'm playing with Mystic Sanctuary. So long as my turn 1 plays an island, turn 2 plays an island, turn 3 plays an island, or like a fetch land that can find an island, I can then fetch out Mystic Sanctuary, at instant speed, put the Violent Outburst back on top of my deck, then replay Violent Outburst, and then go for the win. So I'm not so weak to that. I'm not so weak to Hand Disruption anymore. You're still going to get crushed by counterspells. There's nothing you could do about that with this version. Absolutely nothing, unless they mulligan down really far. My only hope is I Teleria West for like Cavern of Souls, name Elemental, get my Gigantha from my sideboard, play it. And that's basically what we have it here for. So I didn't play with Gigantha in the past. I think this is very reasonable to play because I have a lot of games. Again, opponents will mulligan down for their hate cards, and they won't have many resources available. But if they interact with me, do you know what? A random 5/5 from my sideboard is actually enough to not only like stabilize the board, but I can even race a lot of board states. It's actually pretty good. Would it be correct to run 4 of the other 3-mana Cascade spell in the sideboard so you can sometimes cheese around Meddling Mage, but they don't play at instant speed? This one, I mean, this is an idea. It's an idea, but I don't know if I got my mana base built for it because I would need a lot more black mana sources. I don't, it might be an edge worth playing. I'll tell you one big edge. If I start off with like turn 1 Breeding Pool tap, turn 2 Polluted Delta, they almost always think I'm like an Uro deck, and they have to play as if I am an Uro deck. That can get people to tap out sometimes, like they're trying to get around counter magic or something, like Archmage's Charm. So I have caught a lot of people off guard with this build with my mana base. Turn 1 Breeding Pool, turn 2 Misty Rainforest. Oh, it's an Uropile deck. We gotta tap out and race them really quickly. Then turn 3, I just play a random land. I fetch out my Breeding Pool, my Scalding Tarn, sorry, my Steam Vents, and then Violent Outburst them and they're dead. Hilarious. Sometimes I go like I've gone breeding pool, like 2 breeding pools, and they think like I'm on Simic Merfolk. And well, anyway, it's hilarious. This deck. So anyway, it's a glass cannon deck, that's for sure. This version is. I'm not saying all the versions. This is just my version. I'm not claiming this is great, but I've had some really good runs. You either run super hot, you run super bad. Please do not run into counter magic. No counter spells. No counter spells, and we are clear to crush people. They can't do anything about it. Anyway, with that, let's get into our Modern League. I am going to reiterate again. It requires no brains to play this deck. No brains. This is like this is an IQ 50. This is a IQ 50 deck. Sorry, no, a 19 IQ deck. And I think I'm favored in the mirror. No, that's not entirely true. Sometimes they bring in like Unmoored Ego against me. I've been crushed by Unmoored Ego. So if they can mulligan down to that, and they're playing a Magic Aids version, like Magic Aids has like a bunch of different threats in his deck. So if that particular player, so the Magic Aids version will fizzle very much more often, which gives me just like free easy wins. But the Magic Aids version can also mulligan down to particular sideboard cards and just like win because they take out my Tibalt's Trickery and I can't actually do anything after that. Let's go. All right, let's go with this 19 IQ deck. We need the Violent Outburst. We found it. GG. Keep. Toss away Emrakul. And done. And we're also protected against 1 piece of hand disruption, too. So I'll put Breeding Pool into play, tapped, pass. Oh no. Look. Counter spells already? That sucks. So we're going to speedrun this. We're speedrunning. Hopefully this is also a deck. No. Okay. So what we're going to do is we're going to shock with Steam Vents, pass, upkeep, hope they don't have Remand. But like, I don't know, they almost always have Remand. Oh, can I go right now? Okay, so Remand offline. I'm going to go for it right now. It's the force check. No, they didn't have it. All right, we got it. We squeezed in a free win, basically. We squeezed it in, people. They thought we were a control deck. We fooled them. Fooled you. Ooh. Apes strong in big numbers. Apes strong. Got them. You either die the hero, live long enough to become the villain. That's right. All right, we got him. Resubmit the damn thing. Ape strong. He can't fool anyone showing Gigantha. I don't know. What else do we represent if we have Gigantha in our deck? I mean, I guess I don't have to show them. Anyway, that was really... If we win this, I'll be really lucky. I've never beaten a deck with counter spells. Never. It's never happened. Oh, Gemstone Caverns is it looks so good on the draw. But we need a Violent Outburst with it. Okay, I have my Violent Outburst, so I just have to keep this. Well, yeah, I could be a Niv deck, I guess. Yeah, they're definitely... control deck. So if I get Teleria West, I mean, I might go for this. I might Teleria West, get Cavernous Souls. Next turn after that, like tap 3, get Gigantha, play it for uncounterable. Maybe we can start putting pressure on our opponent. But there's a lot of stuff that can beat us here. So they're like, they don't know our... I guess they don't know our version. They definitely have a counterspell here, though. Just pass. Sort of don't want to waste mana. Who cares about my life total? Okay, we'll get you, Gigantha. We're gonna get you. I mean, they just need to hold up like counter magic for forever, and then we'll never beat them. But whatevers. Blast Zone. If I draw multiple Violent Outbursts, maybe I can win through that. Anyway, play this pass. Or maybe I should put Blast Zone on the battlefield and start taking it up just in case they play Teferi. Because I can't beat Teferi either. They discarded a land? No, they fetched a land. Okay, I have to keep every fetch land on here to represent as many Mystic Sanctuaries as possible. Veil of Summer, that doesn't do anything. Hold on, they only have one blue up. So... But they can remand the Violent Outburst. But if they remand Violent Out... Okay, so actually we're going to go for it. Because I can Violent Outburst on their turn. If they remand Tibalt's Trickery back to my hand, I can fetch, put Violent Outburst back on top of my deck, go for it again. Yeah, but they only have one blue, so they're actually screwed, as far as I see it. I don't think they have a good remand target unless they have Dispel. Or oh, they might have Spell Snare, but I think this is reasonable to go for it here. Maybe I could have went for it earlier. I can do this quite a few times. Oh, fuck! Mana Leak? Targeting Tibalt's Trickery. Okay, well, that fucking blows. I didn't think about that one. Oh, I guess I should have waited one more turn. Okay, so we can try this again. We're going to put Mystic Sanctuary on top. Sorry, we're going to Mystic Sanctuary, put Violent Outburst back on top of our deck. So we can do this again. I can even put Gigantha on the battlefield and we can just start going to town, you know what I mean? So I can put Polluted Delta on the battlefield. So let's get a Gigantha on the battlefield. This is hilarious. This is not as speed running as much as I wanted to. And now I can threaten to put Tibalt's Trickery back on top of my deck. So now we have a threat on the battlefield. Like, that's a 5/5 creature. That's not bad, you know what I mean? Oh no, if this is Teferi, I don't know if we can beat that. And the Blast Zone's only on one. Oh, interesting. Fetch to shock. Okay, so I'm not triggering this yet. Teleria West. What can I look for with this? I don't think anything useful. Okay, let's attack. Put on the top or bottom of my library. Okay, I'm going to choose top. Is there anything I want to look for? I can look for Cavernous Souls. Oh, but if I look for Cavernous Souls now, I'm going to lose my Gigantha. Okay, I have to wait. I have to wait a turn. Let's just put a land in play and pass. Or did I put a fetch land in play? That's fine. Okay, pass. This is not the speed running I was intending. And I think I have to prepare this Blast Zone to at least... Well, I should tick it up at least once. To hit Ren in 6. Another land. Oh, they're playing the Titan version. The Titan version. Interesting. Swan, what's in the Titan version? I think I need to tick it up even more. We can hit, like, what, Dryad of the Elysian Groves? Spend 3 mana. I'll get another Cavern. I'll get my one of Cavern of Souls. And I guess I'll play Gigantha next turn. I don't think I need the mana, so I'll just pass. That's how it sometimes goes with combo decks, I noticed when I first started playing Healy. You're usually fighting a lot just to get the damn thing out to the point where you might be better playing a non-combo deck. But they have to respect the combo. I mean, that's the thing. They have to respect the combo. It's hilarious. They have an option to play Primeval Titan here. Are they going to go for it? They do not. Okay, this is getting dangerous. I have both my Mystic Reflections and my Mystic Sanctuaries in my hand. Getting a little dicey. Just a little dicey. I guess I can Ether Gust this a few more times. Alright, we got them to be on their turn. And now if they tap out for anything, we're gonna go get him. We're gonna get him, people. Look at that beefy Gigantha. Look at that beautiful elk. The pride of nature. Or it was not a big deal. I guess it buys the opponent some more time, but I'm wondering, I have 2 Mystic Sanctuaries in my hand. Do I just like go for it again on my opponent's turn? Just try to do this again? Well, my fear now is if they force to negate the Tibalt's Trickery, I'm screwed. Like, that's a problem. They put a land in play? They didn't put a land in play. Alright, I have more mana. I mean, I guess Field of the Dead is going to be online soon. It's funny, if I draw the Eldrazi, I mean, that might be a thing. I need to get this back in my hand somehow. Oh no, it's uncounterable anyway. One, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. We're just 5 turns away from just casting the stupid Eldrazi. Okay, that's fine. I think this is where I pop the Blast Zone. All the interaction in the world, but no blockers. I think I'm going to transmute for another one. Let's get a Blast Zone. We'll put this on the battlefield and get ready for a second one if they want to put up blockers. Oh, they finally found a land, damn. Okay, now they have, like, potentially infinite blockers. I can't get rid of this. How can I get rid of these zombies? Yeah, maybe I should have... Well, I don't know if I'm going to have enough different... like, that's what Sodek's version eventually approached. Like, it had Field of the Dead. Yeah, maybe that's the next iteration. We'll have Field of the Dead to win these really long, grindy games. Easy clap. So what do I do now? Oh, we know what we're going to do. We're just going to hardcast this. We're just going to hardcast this. That's what we're going to do. Okay, they only have 5 life, too. They can't fetch enough. They have Uro here. Five, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. I need 2 more turns. Teetering peaks. I'm just curious, when are they going to just play, like, an Uro from their graveyard? I guess they're too fearful. It's funny, they have 2 Uros in their graveyard. They don't want to tap out at all. I absolutely did not run Frank Karsten's math on this deck. Okay, let's attack for 5. Make them block. I think I'm going to play Mystic Sanctuary and I'm going to go for it next turn because I have, like, we can try one more time. Oh, what is this? Okay, they went to get Mystic Sanctuary, I guess, to get Ether Gust back. Okay, I'll put Trickery back on top. Do I have enough lands? 1, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14? I don't. You know what? I'm going to say no. Maybe that's a waste. They sort of have Emrakul covered, don't they? Like, they just need Cryptic Command. I'm going to bounce this thing, draw a card. Okay, so I could potentially win here if they don't have Force of Negation. What are the odds? Like, what are the odds, people? The odds are pretty high, right? Problem is, I don't know a better spot to, like, go for this. I don't even know if Emrakul even do anything. Emrakul to the moon. They have it, but go for it. There's one less blue card in their hand. What are they going to do next turn? Okay, just pass. I'll just let it go. Let's go. I don't even want to think very much. This is the single longest game I've ever had with this deck. Like, I do have to do something. Because this Emrakul is, like, losing value the longer this game goes. Definitely, definitely. I should also take this thing up to 3 so I can just blow up their 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. 13. So in 2 more turns, the Day of Reckoning is coming. The Day of Reckoning is on the way. Ooh, second field. I take the Blast Zone out. At least one. Okay, so here, so we have 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. All right, 14. I'm going to go for it next turn. Like on my opponent's turn. I hope they counter it with 2 blue mana. And then that will put Cryptic down. 2 blue. Yeah, they don't have enough for Cryptic next turn. Anyway. I'm wondering, should I do it at their upkeep? Yeah, let's fight a war at the upkeep. So, point is, I want my opponent to like tap some blue mana here, at least 2 blue. If they remand anything, well, what are they going to remand? Targeting Violent Outburst. Well, I can do this again. Okay, that's fine. They draw a card. This will get countered. Goes to the graveyard. Now we do this over again. So we fetch. The last Mystic Sanctuary. This would work a lot better if we had, yes. This would work a hell of a lot better if I didn't draw my Mystic Sanctuaries. Then we'd be in a lot better shape. Now we do this again. They remand again. I can't do shit about this. It has no more target. Damn it, I drew 2 Mystic Sanctuaries. I could do this one more time easily. Okay, whatever. Whatevers. Okay, we just need to hope they don't draw a blue source. Not a blue source. Not a blue source. Okay, let's hope I have enough things to fetch for now. Oh, fuck, I only have a few things left. Okay, so green, blue. There's a lot of things to search for with this. I'll tell you this much. This is an achievement unlocked to cast an Emrakul from my hand. The aim of this deck is to scare the opponent to not play anything until you cast Emrakul on turn 15. The alternate win condition to the Tibalt Trickery deck. My opponent just took a big long pause there, realizing what doom is out for them. Solid plan indeed. Oh god, why can't we auto-tap this stuff? Okay, they conceded. We just won the match. Easy clap. Look at that. This is the first time I've ever beaten a counterspell deck. We did it with the Mystic Sanctuaries. We went into the long game, and then we cast Emrakul off the top of our deck. That's how you do it, people. That's how you do it. Emrakul, easy clap. Too bad we didn't actually get to cast this thing on the battlefield, but it would have wrecked them. Thanks to the help of Gigantha from the sideboard, dealing the beatdown in between. Boom. First time beating these Uro piles. If Uro can't beat this deck is unstoppable. All right, let's get into round 2. That was sick. That was a lot. I play whole leagues in the time that I just spent on that one match. You saw it here, YouTube, the real plan. Well, I did have enough lands. I mean, that's why that's what we were doing. 15 mana. Emrakul. In retrospect, this deck should have at least 1 or 2 Field of the Dead, I guess. At least 1, so you can, like, tutor for it. Or, I guess 2, so that you can survive Field of Ruin. And, like, a bunch of zombies is pretty reasonable. Do you feel like the land destruction lands to make mana bases trickier on opponent's side is an option? What do you mean? I don't know exactly what you mean, Hendrik MTG. Squirmit, thank you very much for the follow. And also Nyoki. Today we're playing a deck that wins on turn 2/turn 3. Yeah, we won on turn 17. Hand is unkeepable. Mulligan. You can't keep any hand with Tibalt's Trickery because you have to dig for it. I think I've revealed to my opponent what we're on. Okay, we can keep this because we can always put it away. I mulligan to 3 cards. I'll definitely keep this. We'll dump this, 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 this. I think I'll put Gemstone Caverns in play because the odds of ripping 2 lands are pretty high. Otherwise, I'd win on turn 3 anyway. So this is a pretty nut hand. Like, this is pretty good. Oh, you gotta be fucking kidding me. Okay, we're up against a discard deck, though, so this hand actually might not be too bad. Oh, is this... I don't know what this is. How do I draw... How does this happen to me all the time? 54 land... Like, there's 53 lands in my deck. Oh, no! Kroxa. Well, maybe that was a good thing. If that was a land, I'd be screwed. If there's a second Kroxa, I'm ruined. Hopefully they don't go for Crocs again. Play... Oh, if they go Liliana the Veil, I'm also screwed. Okay, now I wish I had the lands. Okay, so here's plan B. Plan B is just draw lands, particularly blue lands. That was not a blue land. And then we have to Mystic Sanctuary the Violent Outburst back on top of our deck. Goyf. Not the end of the world. Not great, though. We're probably not favored to win here. Oh, I was supposed to shock myself and then tick Blast Zone up. I guess I'll do it next turn. Jeez, these are not the lands I want. I can't put Giganta in my hand at all. Okay, I'll pass. Just figure it out. I don't know what I'm going to do, but looks like I'll tick up the Blast Zone to 2. They threw away a Bloodbraid Elf. The alternative win condition is just draw another Violent Outburst at this point. I don't know if separating my permanents even matters very much in this situation. Really? You want to do that? Okay, so we're going to sack... Oh, they must have drawn a land and they'll put Crocs on the battlefield. Well, anyway, I got to sack this thing. Not much I can do. But I found that my win rate went way up. I'll definitely choose... I guess I'll choose pile 2. Because I could just randomly... Oh, I forgot which one goes to the graveyard. Okay, that was not the pile that I wanted. They still don't have anything. Okay, I'll play this so that if I draw a land, I'll transmute for my Gigantha. Sorry, no, I'll put Gigantha in my hand. Okay, it looks like we're just dead to a Croxa now. I'm just so impressed how often I'll like mulligan down to nothing and I'll draw a non-land card in my first 2 draw steps. Okay, I'm just dead. I will get attacked. Like, I need a red source on the battlefield to even top deck what I need. Wait. I'm reasonably confident in this matchup, though. I'm reasonably confident because I think the Mystic Sanctuary plan is very strong. I think it's very strong. The sideboard is Gigantha and a Thrun the Last Troll, because just in case I get a 5-0 with this deck, I will troll the hell out of the 5-0 dump. Okay, I'll go first still. And we will keep this. This is not the greatest hand, though, because I want a lot of islands. This is not a lot of islands in my hand. So that I can quickly Mystic Sanctuary this thing back into my hand. So they'll discard it. That's fine. Okay, island. Rip some islands. Okay, there we go. That's what I want to see. You keep those islands coming. Valky, God of Lies. Oh, that's hilarious. This looks great against this deck. They could find an Emrakul. Okay, we find nothing. Okay, one more island and then we're good to go. It's not an island. Or I guess I can still play this. Treat it as an island. So we still make our island land drop, which is not bad. Liliana the Veil? I guess Liliana the Veil is still useful in this deck. Oh no, maybe not, because I can attack Liliana the Veil with Emrakul. Okay, one island and we're good. That will do. Oh, but it's not instant speed. Whatever, we can do it instant speed later. Okay, so the point is we're going to instant speed put the Mystic Sanctuary on top of our deck. Or sorry, Violent Outburst on top of our deck. Hopefully they don't have, like, Surgical Extraction. That'd be a problem. Okay, Blood Red Elf is fine. Okay, Liliana the Veil, I'll have to attack it. Actually, how much damage am I taking? Each player discards a card. We will discard a land. This will be... How much? This will be 7, 8, 9. This is tough. Oh, maybe we're still going to lose. This is actually a lot of damage. Oh, no. They're going to have to sacrifice at least one permanent. Like, at least one creature. Okay, let's see what happens, but I don't know. I'm just going to play whatever I have to do. I'm going to do what I got to do. Oh, I can just kill them. You're right. They're at 15. They shock themselves to nothing. Beautiful. So beautiful. GG, Jund. Welcome to 2021, Jund. How does it feel, Jund? The monkeys are out. Ooh, 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 ooh. Woo, woo, woo. How hard was that? How hard was that? Just need 19 IQ plays to beat Jund these days. 19 IQ plays. 19 IQ plays. Uh-oh. Get out of here. That was a big innovation. I used to get crushed by discard decks, but once we like play with Mystic Sanctuary, that all like gets wiped away. Jen should start playing Tibalt's Trickery to counter Tibalt's Trickery. Unfortunately, it doesn't work because you still counter my spell, and I still, you know, exile into my Emrakul. Oh my god, this is gonna be so terrifying. If I have a hand with Emrakul in my hand, if I have a starting hand with Emrakul, I mean, I'm gonna keep it. Okay, now if I mulligan, I can put Emrakul on the bottom of my deck. Uh-oh. No, this is like last time. How far are we? Oh, mulligan to 3? Gotta go to 1. Alright, down to 1. Or down to 2, I should say. Living off the top of our deck. I mean, they're gonna discard it. Nothing I can do. This land sucks. 'Cause it's not an island. Yeah, the 52 land deck is not cheap. So I need to hope to rip islands. Oops, I missed my land drop. This is actually dangerous in my hand, because if my opponent plays Liliana the Veil, and I discard this, I mean, then I lose my Violent Outburst, and I have to top deck it. Alright, we're in trouble. I have to discard the Violent Outburst. I have to discard the Emrakul, because I really do need the lands. Now I just have to hope to top deck another Violent Outburst for victory. It's shitty, but that's how it is. That's how it be. Well, amongst all the lands, that's not too bad. I wish I had this land in play. Then I could at least tick this thing up to eat up Tarmogoyf or something. Maybe I shouldn't have fetched, but I just don't want to take any damage. They're really low on resources, so this isn't too bad. Or if they've got nothing. They have small Goyf energy. Uh-oh, Raging Ravine. Okay, so that's a clock. I really just need to top deck like Red Source into Violent Outburst. There's just nothing else I can do. I think I'm drawing dead at this point. I think I'm drawing dead. Because the Raging Ravine will attack me for at least 4. 4, then 5. Okay, so I have, again... well, but then they could just sack Liliana the Veil and I'll never get, like, 2 land... No, I could still do it, I guess. I'm doing good so far, but I'm going to lose this one. Because I had to mulligan to 2. I'll tell you the biggest problem is we were drawing non-lands. We mulliganed to 2 in 2 games, and we drew non-lands when we needed to draw lands. Okay, Red Source. No, that's not gonna do it. All right, we're dead. That's too bad. I used to just completely fold to these decks, but then after I figured out the Mystic Sanctuary tech, it's not so bad. It's not so bad at all. But I need to keep, you know, I sort of need to keep a handful of lands in order to really make use out of that. Otherwise, if I'm mulliganing down to 2 and I just have Violent Outburst into my hand, then it doesn't work anymore. So if there's one matchup you don't want to mulligan down to 2, it's the Jund matchup. We won the die roll. Let's go get him. Mulligan once. Found my hand. Keep. Put away the Mystic Sanctuaries. Actually, I can put away a Snowland. We look like some sort of Uro deck. Yeah, there goes the 5-0. That's okay. We can still go 4-1. Imagine losing to Jund in 2021. It's possible. Oh, another counterspell deck. Okay, I naturally drew my Cavern of Souls, so we can go get Gigantha, if nothing else. Okay, I can put them on Growth Spiral, but okay, if they play Growth Spiral, I'll go for it. If not, I'll go for it at their upkeep. Because otherwise we can start putting pressure with Gigantha. Let's get Breeding Pool. Let's get Steam Vents. Like, I don't know, maybe this isn't the right thing to do, but I'm going to do it. This is an almost land version. They just scoop it up. They just scoop it up. All right, so we got a plan here, people. We're going to cast Emrakul. That's how we beat them last time. This is definitely not a speedrun league. Take that, Emrakul deck. Ha 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 ha. So the way we beat them last time is we just like ramped out a Gigantha thanks to Cavern of Souls. We like Teleria Wested for... We used Teleria West to find Cavern of Souls, and we made an uncounterable Gigantha and made them tap out enough that like the Gigantha, like we were in range of winning with Emrakul. No, actually we slowed the game down last time so we could have 15 lands in play and we hard cast Emrakul, and they couldn't even Cryptic Command it. Can't keep this hand because it's got Tibalt's Trickery here. We can keep this. And we'll pitch, pitch, pitch. Done. I will go for a very early kill if I'm allowed to. So they better have Remand or Mana Leak at their upkeep. Do we go for it, people? I'm willing to go for it. I'm willing to go for it. There's less copies of Force and Negation in your deck than Mana Leak. Although, if we're wrong here, we're screwed. Well, we can still play on, but it's like, it's pretty shitty. Let's get Steam Vents. Let's hope that you got greedy there. Do you get greedy or what? We're going to see a concession, or we're going to see cards get exiled? Ah, we saw cards get exiled. All right, we got to do it the old-fashioned way, people. We got to do it the hard way. We did the force check. We don't have any other play than to hard cast Emrakul, and we have to do it pretty quickly. Now, we're not totally dead because we can play a Gigantha. Or if they play like, what's it called? Teferi, maybe I would just scoop it up. Cavern of Souls. All right, Emrakul's in our hand. We're on our way. Okay, I need to wait for either Cavern of Souls or a Teleria West into Cavern of Souls. Although I guess they can deal with Emrakul. It's not that hard, right? They just need Cryptic Command. But the point is, at least Gigantha could maybe make a war out of this. Why not Field of the Dead? I didn't think I had the room, but now that I look how these games play out, maybe it's better than I think. But I need like a more varied mana base. I really like this Mystic Sanctuary plan. It's like really clean. I think it's really good against the discard decks, even though we lost to a discard deck last match. I don't think you can make this into a Primeval Titan deck. There's like a Primeval Titan sideboard package. Okay, I can't beat that card in time. We're never going to get to 15 mana. Submit. Okay, let's go. There are Primeval Titan sideboard packages, but that doesn't make it like Violent Outburst, Tibalt's Trickery into Primeval Titan worthy. And that's like sort of pointless. Like this will win on the spot. Primeval Titan won't. It'll just put a lot of value on the battlefield. And Primeval Titan is counterable. Emrakul is uncounterable. Mystic Sanctuary plus Lonely Sandbar. Okay, let's go. It's nice to see if our opponent mulligans. So far, they're thinking about it. They are thinking about it. Mulligan. They mulligan to 6. I have to keep going. They kept 6. So they're happy with their hand. Okay, we found a hand to keep. I'll put everything that is non-island-like on the bottom and Mystic Sanctuary back into the deck. We need to maximize the number of Mystic Sanctuaries. That won't be too bad for the turn that we try to play Gigantha. Maybe we'll even do that first. We'll actually do that first, I think. I'll go Teleria West into Cavern of Souls, and then we'll play Gigantha, force them to tap out, and then Violent Outburst them for the win. So I'll get Breeding Pool here. Get Steam Vents. Like, let's put some pressure on them. Let's get them to tap out. What's this all about? Okay, Steam Vents. No. They don't know what we're doing. That is totally fine. Okay, we're going to get more red mana just in case they remand our thingamabob. So I can now transmute for Cavern of Souls. And then next turn, we'll put Gigantha in our hand. Now pass. And this is all on curve. We won't lose anything. I'm still a bit fearful of force negation, I guess. Oh, they might have been fetching for that to dodge. But they could see my deck when I Cascade. So if they looked at my exact list, it doesn't play. It's not the Simian Spirit Guide list. I don't think we can beat this card, though. Shit. Okay, I'm willing to scoop it here. Because if I play Giganta, they can just bounce it back. Anyway, I'm not beating this card. Moving on. So we speedrun, people. We got to speedrun this. Damn, we won the first game. I had, like... Where was this when I was playing, like, Merfolk? I played Merfolk so much. And I've not faced a single Uro deck since whenever I play Merfolk. But then when I play with my Tibalt's Trickery list, oh, here's all the Uro decks. Here's all the Uro decks. Counterspells are hard. Counterspells are tough. You know what? The fact that we're scalping any... Like, we're up a match. I think that's a huge win. We have... Sorry, no, we're even on matches versus Uro. We 2-0'd one of the Uro decks. That's impressive. That's something to write home about. I'll tell my grandkids about that one day. Mulligan. So we won the die roll. Mulligan this. Mulligan. Keep mulliganing. I am so good at Magic. Okay, keep. Dump, 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 dump. Oh, that's it? I can keep these? Excellent. Let's go. Let's do this. Let's play some Magic cards here, people. Where's my tournament? Where's some players? I want to play some Magic cards. I just learned how to play this game. I've learned 3 cards and how to attack. Violent Outburst, Tibalt's Trickery, Emrakul. I don't know any other card in this format. I don't need to. But as you see, we're not seeing so many Primeval. All of a sudden, now we're not seeing the Primeval Titan decks. Where's the Primeval Titan decks? Where's the Tron decks now? I would love to see those decks. Oh man, send me the Tron decks. The Tron and Amulet decks. Although they can still get turn 3 Primeval Titan on the battlefield. I still like my odds. Bomac Courier, easy clap. Oh no, if this is Death Shadow, if this is Prowess, easy clap. If it's Death Shadow, not so easy, because they could Inquisition or Thoughtseize our Violent Outburst away. Not Grandpa. Everyone! Oh, you gotta be kidding me. Well, this will be good only if my opponent Thoughtseizes me next turn. Okay, it's like Prowess, so that's good. I will not fetch to slightly increase the chances of me drawing like a basic forest or something. You gotta be kidding me! Oh, you gotta be kidding me. Maybe I should have fetched out the Mystic Sanctuary so I don't draw it. I wonder if that's a line that I most definitely didn't consider. Now I could die. I mean, if they have a big turn here with Lava Dart, I could most definitely die here. Mystic Sanctuary giveth and Mystic Sanctuary taketh. Oh, I actually couldn't fetch this out because there's no guarantee I'll have a green and red source by next turn, so I can't fetch the blue source. Okay, we just have to pray we don't die this very turn. What does 2 Lava Darts do? 2 Lava Darts, that's 4 damage. Okay, this I can deal with. This is nothing. So this is one of the easier matchups. Steam Vents. Nope. Breeding Pool. Nope. And Violent Outburst. Not a turn 3 win, but whatever. This deck used to kick my ass. What I love about the Tibalt's Trickery deck is it beats up so badly all the decks that I struggled with Merfolk. And hilariously, it loses to all the decks that I beat with Merfolk. I bet your prowess harder. Anyway, they're about to sack their board. F6. Look, Mom, no hands. Yeah, nice Bonecrusher Giant. Nice prowess deck you got there. That prowess is just in my opinion, is completely hated out of the format thanks to this. Completely hated out of the format. Interesting what actions they're going to take against this deck. You know what? Some versions of Prowess will have Spell Pierce, but like if they even hold it up and take the time to hold it up, then that gives me time to just play around it. Yeah, I think it's going to get banned. I think people say, well, there are answers, and that's true. There are answers, but like there's a lot of decks that have really shitty answers to this. Like, you can still play it. Like, I'm winning at 50%, and just its existence in the metagame is really miserable for a lot of archetypes. Like, to let this thing be around will suck out, like, I don't know, 10 other decks. This is way worse than Neobrand. I don't know if it's worse than Oops. I mean, Oops is beatable. I think there's a lot... This is also beatable, but I think more decks can beat Oops. Okay, we'll keep this. Put something on the bottom. Yeah, they might ban Tibalt's Trickery with Uro at the same time, and Field of the Dead. It's totally possible. Okay, I'm gonna have the shields down for like 2 more turns. All right, Nikachu, move over. It's time for me to show Cat what skills look like. Cause like, what's the plan here? Lava Dart? Bolt? No. So I'd like, I mean, unless it's like land 3 bolts, I don't know how we lose next turn. Like we have 16 life to play with, because I'll put the Teleria or I'll put a Steam Vents in play, and then I'll have Misty Rainforest to find a basic forest. So we have 16. Oh no, now I don't even need to. Oh, but I still need to find a basic land. You know what? I made a mistake. I should have put the Misty Rainforest on the battlefield for the sole purpose of just fetching out a forest. Like, they could Blood Moon me here. I forgot about that. It's 3 mana. Is it Blood Moon? Oh, Pillage. Oh, that's interesting. No, I could have played around that with just fetch lands. I was trying to save myself life. I didn't know that was something I had to play around. Alrighty then. So, there's still some room to lose this game. I'll start deploying my fetch lands immediately. Like, my deck has so many fetch lands that I shouldn't be worried about Pillage. Not a bad try. I respect this coming out of my opponent's sideboard. I can respect that. 3 bolts, I'm dead. 2 bolts, that's 6. That's not enough. Actually, it is enough because I have to fetch here. Okay, that's not enough. Only because I put the Misty Rainforest on the battlefield this turn. If you put that last turn, I was lost. But they probably just drew it. So I'm just lucky that it came in this order. But now they're lost. If I lost this game, I still consider myself the favorite to win the match because on the play, Blood Moon and Pillage do nothing. Actually, they could keep everything except they could keep the Bomac Courier if they really want to. I mean, hold on. If they keep a mountain and they have like 2 bolts in hand and they draw a mountain, that might win. But then I think I would have lost last turn. They would just bolt me twice. Welcome to the new modern, people. Welcome to the new modern. This deck is so dumb. This deck, it's not just that this deck is dumb. It's so easy to play. It's so easy to play, even a monkey can play it. Oh, monkey energy. Apes drunk. I need to find myself some bananas when I play this game. Or I play this deck. Hendrick MTG, thanks for the follow. Our opponent's really thinking about this. Alright then. You have to draw like bolt, a mountain and 2 bolts basically. Yeah, even a caveman could do it. Transmute for Blast Zone, that's very unnecessary. Swiftspear, you're back. Alright, Swiftspear. The lonely Swiftspear, the trained Jedi versus the squiggly space alien monster. All right, we're on the match. Sweet. Give me a second. I just have to use the washroom really quickly, and we'll be back for the 5th and final round of the Tibalt stupid BS deck. All right, let's get in here. Yeah, get your mind. Yeah, Mind Break Trap actually is really good. I still have 2 Emeralds left in my deck, though. Still have 2 Emeralds. Irvin Boy, thanks for the follow. Sometimes I want a complex 5-course meal at a fancy restaurant, and sometimes I want boxed macaroni and cheese. This Dex is the boxed macaroni and cheese of Magic decks right now. There's quite a bit of game to it, though. There is actually quite a bit of game to this stupid deck, as we saw in that first match. And I guess if I add Field of the Dead, I will have a lot more game against the control decks, which I used to be losing relentlessly to. Okay, we lost the die roll, no biggie. It was funny, we haven't seen too many turn 2 kills. I have to mulligan this because that's Tibalt's Trickery in hand. Got a mulligan for that violent outburst. We found it. Maybe we need a Teleria West. If we're up against a Gigant control deck, maybe we're going to want to tutor it out. If this is blue-red prowess, won't be too bad, but we're on the draw. They're shocking on turn 1. Interesting. It could be the mirror. No, okay. It could be prowess. I mean, if they aren't guns blazing from the beginning, we should be in okay shape. So if this is like, yeah, like this doesn't mean very much to me. They might not even play around our combo. No, it's not Storm. It's blue-red prowess for sure. We just need to not die next turn. Okay, so long as they don't deal 17 damage on this turn, I think we got it. Unless they have Spell Pierce in the main. Which might be a problem. Nope. Okay, excellent. GG. GG. GG, GG, GG. GG, GG, GG. I would be losing here usually, but not with Emrakuli. With Tibalt Trickery. I'm sure there's some good song that can be made out of this. I'm not the person to do it, though. Call Remy MTG. Or MTG Remy. Find him. I know he does parodies usually, but he can make an exception here. So here's the thing. You think I'm an Uro deck, but all of a sudden you are fucked. That's how this deck works. You thought I was an Uro deck, didn't you? You're playing a little patiently. But then, boom. My opponent's just flabbergasted. What was the Gigantha for? What was the Gigantha for? Call an ambulance, but not for me. Kevin from Ohio. Thank you very much for the follow. Yeah, Gigantha plus Uro. Well, it's possible. You can do that. Opponent has lost connection to the game. Let's do some odds on them coming back. Like, what are the odds that we're going to return? How conveniently that they are disconnecting the same turn that we're playing Violent Outburst into Tibalt's Trickery. I'm telling you, like, and I do still, I don't, for whatever reason, the prowess players, they still want to play Magic. Like I said that in my Simic Merfolk video. They're still out there. We played against Mono Red Prowess, now we're up against Izzet Prowess, but they are fucked to this. They are so fucked. They cannot do anything. They're so dead to this combo. They're so dead. I'd rather just talk about how all my enemies are screwed to this. Oh, they're okay. Our opponent's back. They're back. They actually had real computer problems. Man, I'm so happy that, like, I love this. I love this. So many games have just helplessly lost to this deck because they're cheating on mana so many times. Well, I'm going to cheat on mana too. I'm going to put a 15 mana worth of play for like 3 mana. Spend 3 mana, get an Emrakul. I'm so good at this game. Maybe if there's no ban, we'll see a rise in control. Oh, we will. Well, we already see a huge chunk of control. And that's the weird thing. Like, so the best deck on the block are Uro decks, Uro piles, especially with Teferi Time Raveler. Like, they're still the best deck on the block right now, hands down. But what I really like about Merfolk, well, let's give it some time. If these prowess decks like get like eradicated from the metagame, then we might actually then Merfolk's presence will be even better than it was before. All right, let's do this. So good at this game. Woo! Apes strong together. Apes strong. I repeat, you don't need a college degree. You don't need a university degree. You don't need a master's degree. You don't need a college degree. You don't need high school education. You don't need elementary school education. You need to click buttons. You don't even need to count, because it doesn't even matter what your opponent's life total is. You just attack, they wipe the board, and then you just just understand you click this button, click this button, click this button, and then keep attacking until the game is over. Until your opponent says, I'm dead. You just need to understand that part. Okay, change nothing. Sideboarding is also very easy with this deck. Yeah, this deck has more gains in popularity than GameStop stock. Someone needs to train their dog. I'm surprised there's no bot that's written for this. Right, Lord Magic? Is that possible? How hard would it be to write a bot to play this thing relentlessly? I think it would lose money, because I think the games that you really need to win cannot be won with a bot. Why not tech lands in sideboard? Like what kind of lands? You might be right. Maybe I should have more like tech lands in the sideboard. My opponent says 3 combos in 5 matches. They played against the same combo in 5 matches. I wish I had your matchups. You see, this is what it's gonna do. Our opponent's like, they're sick of this. They are absolutely sick of this. Okay, we're gonna gotta keep going. We need to find that violent outburst. Yeah, just a week ago, no one was playing this on Magic the Gathering Online. Now it's everywhere. And I'm telling you, you have to be prepared for this. That's why my Merfolk deck is built to beat this. You're gonna see this in the leagues. You're gonna see this a lot. I don't know if it can win an open challenge though. I really don't know if it can win an open challenge, because that's when like the Uro decks are gonna rise to the top. Okay, this hand's the gas. This is like the best hand you could possibly want. We have a turn 2 kill on the way. It did make top 32. But top 32 is not that impressive. It needs to get like top 8 territory. And they would have to dodge all the Uro matchups somehow. Yeah, draw 3 Emrakul's next. So we could potentially turn to our opponent for victory here. I hope it's the case. Yeah, Boseiju doesn't help. A lot of people have asked that question. Alright, good luck. You have one more turn. I don't think that's going to be the turn. Yeah, if I put a bunch of Field of the Deads, that might be enough to beat Control. So maybe that's like a line. I could put 4 Field of the Deads in my sideboard. What was I looking for? Oh yeah, Force doesn't matter. Anything. Just need anything. Do you have Force Negation or not? Turn 2! Turn 2 victory? Is that how we're finishing it off like this? Oh, they do have the Force Negation. Holy shit. The Prowess deck fights back. Oh, interesting. Well, so I screwed up. I could have just played it on their upkeep. Well, it could have been a turn 2 victory, but I got greedy. Honestly, I wasn't really... I didn't want to believe that they actually had Force Negation. They screwed up? I say I screwed up. Well, anyway, we can Blast Zone and blow up all these things. The game continues. Okay, this game is not over yet. This game is not over just yet. Our life total is pretty high. Oh, they needed to force the Trickery. That's true. They needed to force the Trickery. Oh, and by the way, I can get Gigantha. Good time to beat them down with an Elk. This game's not over at all. Opponent says, nice top deck. I had it the entire time. What are you talking about? Oh my god, what an awful draw. Okay, let's get this thing. That's what you're in here for. Like I said that during the deck tech. Giganta is going to be great in the games where our opponent mulliganed down to nothing to deal with our combo, and they're really low on resources, and there you go. Okay, any random land that doesn't come into play tapped. That's good enough. It's more than good enough. 5/5 beater. 5/5, let's go! Just don't meet 2 bolts. They could kill the Giganta. I mean, this is not invincible against a deck with a bunch of red spells. Ha! Just resign to a fucking Giganta on the battlefield. The deck keeps getting better! The deck keeps getting better. Do you have Nephalia Academy in the deck? I do not. It's unnecessary. Because when your opponent discards something from your hand, you want it to actually go in the graveyard so that you can Mystic Sanctuary back on top of your deck. Because Nephalia, I think the Academy, it just puts it like on the bottom of your deck. You don't want that to happen. It's actually not the effect that you want to happen against a discard deck. Okay, we go 3-2, but the 2 losses were against like... No, one of them was to Jund, and that was because we mulliganed to 2 in 2 of the games, and we had very unlucky top decks to try to like curve out into our... We drew non-lands, is basically what I'm saying. Okay, what else do I want to say about this deck? This deck's sick. We're going to run this again. That was the longest league I've ever had. This was an hour and 22 minutes. That was the longest league. We're going to adapt this deck a little bit, people. We're going to put Field of the Dead in here, and then we're going to take it to another level so we don't lose to those control decks anymore. What does the mirror even look like? I think the mirror is great, actually. At least I'm playing the version that's better in the mirror, because they're... Well, okay, that's not entirely true. The advantage is my combo is more consistent. They have more access to sideboard cards. But if you love it, don't forget to leave a like. Smash the like button on the description below. You know, subscribe, all that other good crap. We're going to thank all my patrons, Twitch subscribers, joiners of YouTube, supporting the Nikachu MTG Empire. We're also going to thank our sponsors, themanabase.com, Fusion Gaming Online, and Mana Traders. This has been Nikachu playing the Tibalt Trickery combo deck in Modern.